So picture this. You're on a massive battlefield. Two huge armies are staring each other down, ready for war. And right there in the middle, the greatest warrior of his time, Arjuna, just completely falls apart. But his charioteer happens to be Lord Krishna in disguise, who then launches into this incredible 700-verse masterclass on life, the universe, and everything. That's the Bhagavad Gita. And after all of that, it boils down to one single, powerful, final answer, right? After 18 chapters covering karma, yoga, the nature of reality, the soul, the whole shebang, what was the ultimate takeaway? What was the final instruction that tied it all together? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack. So after taking Arjuna on this incredible philosophical journey, Krishna boils everything down to one final core. And you know what? It's surprisingly simple. It's incredibly direct, and it's all about one single transformative idea. And there it is, verse 1866. People often call this the crown jewel of the entire Gita. And it's not a suggestion, it's a command and a promise all in one. Krishna basically says, look, forget all the other rules and duties you think you're supposed to be following. Just surrender to me. And don't worry, don't be afraid, I've got you. Now, we have to be super clear about this idea of surrender, or śhrīr. This is not about giving up or being a doormat, not at all. It's an active, powerful choice. It's a statement of profound trust and deep love. It's about aligning your own will with the will of the divine. So when Krishna says abandon all dharmas, what does he really mean? He's not telling you to quit your job and ditch your family. He's asking us to let go of our attachment to our material duties, our jobs, our social positions, and instead prioritize our one true spiritual duty, which is our connection to the divine. It's a fundamental shift in what we see as our primary purpose. And here's the thing about this ultimate secret. It's not meant to be kept quiet. In fact, Krishna immediately follows up by explaining the incredible power that comes from simply studying and sharing this conversation. This is such a game changer. Krishna says that the very act of studying the Gita is a form of worship. He calls it a sacrifice of knowledge. Just think about that. When we use our minds to grapple with these ideas, to really think them through, that effort itself is a sacred offering. Our intellect becomes an altar. Okay, that sounds amazing, but let's be realistic. A sacrifice of knowledge with a 700-verse text every single day, that can feel a little intimidating. So how do we actually do it? Well, the secret can be found in a really cool modern idea called marginal gains. Let me tell you a quick story. Back in 2003, the British cycling team was frankly a joke. They'd been mediocre for about 100 years. Then, a new performance director named Dave Brailsford came in with this philosophy he called the aggregation of marginal gains. The idea was super simple. Find a 1% improvement in everything you do, and the results were just insane. They did everything. They found slightly more comfortable bike seats, they rubbed alcohol on the tires for better grip, they even figured out which pillow led to the best night's sleep. All these tiny 1% gains added up. And within 5 years, they went from being nobodies to completely dominating the sport. That's the power of small, consistent effort. Reading just one verse of the Gita a day, that's your 1% spiritual gain. But does this teaching actually work in real life? We don't have to guess. We have the ultimate case study right in front of us, Arjuna himself. The proof is right there in the text, a powerful before and after story. Let's rewind to the beginning. This is Arjuna, the mighty warrior, totally broken, completely paralyzed by grief and confusion. He literally drops his bow and arrow and just sits down. He's the perfect picture of a mind in absolute crisis. And now, look at him at the end. What a complete 180. The transformation is just incredible. His delusion is gone. He's got clarity. He's free from doubt. And crucially, he says, I'm ready to act. This is the direct result of him hearing, understanding, and finally accepting Krishna's instruction to surrender. So, what does this all mean for us right here, right now? The Gita isn't just some dusty old book. It's a practical guide to living a better, more meaningful life. So let's just boil down a few of the key lessons we can start using today. First, let's look at how we approach our actions. The Gita tells us to pour our hearts into what we're doing, but to completely let go of our attachment to the results. That part's not up to us. It tells us to act fearlessly, to remember that our true self isn't our fragile body, but the eternal soul. The formula is simple. Remember the divine, and then go do your duty to the best of your ability. And second, it's all about mastering our inner world. Krishna is real with us. He says the mind is a tough customer to control, but he gives us the tools, practice and detachment. He also gives us a huge warning, pointing out the 3 gateways to self-destruction: lust, anger, and greed. And he makes it clear that real discipline isn't about just controlling what you do, it's about mastering what you think. So the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita might come to a close, but that's really where our own journey begins. This knowledge isn't just meant to be collected in our heads, it's meant to be lived in our hearts and through our actions. So the real question isn't how much you know, it's about what you're going to do with it. So I'll leave you with this. What one verse, what one single idea are you going to take and live today?